Hello, pre-algebra students. This is Miss Kylie on our screencast today. We will be learning some new concepts in our functions unit using our Desmos graphing calculator app. And this app can be accessed with all of the iPads that we have in our classroom. So the standards that will align with our lesson today are first 8th grade math standard to describe qualitatively the functional relationship between two quantities by analyzing a graph where the function is increasing or decreasing, linear or nonlinear. Sketch a graph that exhibits the qualitative features of a function that has been described verbally. So in this screencast, we will focus mostly on increasing or decreasing. You will learn linear or nonlinear later on. And we will sketch a graph that exhibits the qualitative features after we do our screencast lesson. And then we also have a technology lesson. Students will use technology to seek feedback that informs and improves their practice and to demonstrate their learning in a variety of ways. Our learning objectives for today: students will be able to determine the relationship between increasing or decreasing functions and linear or nonlinear functions. Students will use Desmos to visualize equations, improve practice, and demonstrate their learning in different ways. So in this screencast, we are focusing on increasing or decreasing functions, and you will be able to explore linear or nonlinear functions at a later time. So first, if we look on our graphing calculator, let's get rid of these old equations. And we are thinking in our heads, what makes a function increasing or decreasing? So first we will compare the top line, those two equations. This is my online graphing calculator. To add a new equation, we use the plus sign and we add an expression. Now this keyboard will pop up. You can either use this keyboard on the screen or you can use the keyboard physically with your hands. And I'm going to type in that first expression that we wanted, the first equation. Y equals negative 2x plus 3. And we can see that it gets graphed on the right side. I'm just going to move it so that we can see it a little better. Lovely. And we can add a second equation to compare. And the only thing that I'm going to change is our slope. So notice that the blue line has a negative slope and the green line has a positive slope. Remember our focus question: what makes a function increasing or decreasing? If you have an idea, please hang on to it for a little bit. We're going to compare these two equations as well. Let's go back to our graphing calculator. I can get rid of these and I'll type in my new equation. Y equals negative 1/2 x minus 4. And then we can add our other one. Oh, let me move this down so that we can see. Very nice. And I'll add a second one, just changing the slope to positive. So positive 1/2 of x minus 4. Okay, so when we look at these two, one has a positive slope, one has a negative slope. Let's go back to the question. What makes a function increasing or decreasing? Take a minute to think about this and have an answer. So our answer, what makes a function increasing or decreasing? If your slope is positive, your line is increasing, your function is increasing. If your slope is negative, your function is decreasing, the line is decreasing. And remember, we always look at the line going from left to right, just like we read from left to right. So is our line going up? It's increasing. If our line is going down, it's decreasing. So today we learned how to use our Desmos graphing calculator. You can explore different equations on this. You can do a ton of different things in math. Later, we will be exploring linear versus nonlinear functions. And if you ever have any questions on it, please do not hesitate to ask. I love Desmos, and I know a lot about it. I want to thank you for listening to our screencast, and I look forward to our next lesson. Have a great day.